Welcome to Quesh. You're with Havoc Squad, right? It's good to see more special forces arriving. Here to kick some Imperial butt?
Wasta mi cha kulkadu maji tahus hagwa upa. Chiza kava kyotopa bubanda bakawanki.
How will I know when it's wearing off?
Tupa tula musta. Oi grani tampio du me donkey. Nira desaslimo crispa doe kanki kunke gupa.
The Empire found out about our mining operations here and filled the planet with troops and battle droids.
Dangerous ops are always the most fun.
Well, you're cleared to travel the planet's surface. Just say the word.
I'm ready to have a look at this poison planet.
Speak to General Corvan when you land. He'll brief you on the current situation. Good luck.
We've dug in, Major, but the imps are coming on strong, and I never much cared for playing defense.
Just hang in there, son. Havoc Squad just walked in. I'll get them briefed and in the field on the double.
Copy that. I'm sure we'll find a way to keep busy. Corey out.
Just how bad off are we, Major?
Things are grim, no doubt about it. If you hadn't turned up, everything went south while the safecrackers were on a bunker raid. Intel was bad, alarms got tripped, and the imps moved out in force. Now Corey's people are surrounded, outnumbered, and outgunned. We don't punch them a hole to run through. Every man in that outfit is a goner.
I don't care how many imps there are. We're getting our people out of there.
Agreed, Captain. Leaving our comrades to the Empire is never an option.
Diversion is the key. Scouts found an Imperial command center deep behind their lines. That's where you'll strike. Equipment, vehicles, personnel, anything with an Imperial logo gets holes in it. The imps will rush back to stop you, and the safecrackers will get the gap they need.
Just give me the coordinates and I'll make some noise, Major.
Let's give those scumbags a run for their money. As soon as the imps clear out, Coria will contact you so that you can all burn jets back here. Speeders are waiting for you. Now get out there and give the imps something to think about!
Havoc, this is Coria with the safecrackers. We've got the gap we needed, so we're pulling out. I don't know what you're doing, but the imps sure don't like it. You'll have a lot of company soon. Suggest you pull out immediately. Over.
We'll head back to base right away.
Copy that. See you at home. Coria out.
Captain, great work out there. Great work! You made that op plan look easy. In and out, hit and run, the imps never had a clue. Top-notch soldiering.
I'm just glad we got the safecrackers out of there.
You and me both. Quesh definitely won't be making my list of the galaxy's most relaxing destinations. You got me and my people out of a tight spot and we won't forget it. Whatever and whenever you need, the safecrackers are there.
I'll be glad to have your help, Lieutenant. General Garza already has plans for you.
Yeah, that's what I hear. It'll be a pleasure to work with you again.
All right, we're not on vacation here, people. Coria, get your men settled and ready for transport. Captain, it's been a pleasure. Contact General Garza with the rundown before you take off. Dismissed.
General Garza, this is Havoc. The safecrackers have been extracted safely.
Excellent. Very good work, Captain. I'll make sure that the safecrackers stay out of harm's way until our operation against the Gauntlet begins. Your next step is Hoth. The last specialist that Havoc needs is stationed there. Contact me when you arrive and I'll brief you on the specifics.
Can't you tell me anything about the last specialist?
He's complicated, Captain. I don't have time to go into it now. We'll discuss the details when you reach Hoth. Garza out.
All right, boss. Time to talk some business. Bunch of credits just came through from a weapons deal I had going on Balmorra. Another weapons deal I had going back on Balmorra. This is your cut.
How many schemes do you have going, Vic?
They're not schemes. They're opportunities. And not just for me. You're the new boss. You get a cut no matter what.
I'm afraid I have another requisition form that requires your attention, sir. Our shipboard rations have fallen somewhat below the levels outlined in Code 18, and the Quartermaster Corps restocking estimate is currently 9 weeks. As an alternative, I'd like to supplement our food stores with products from public sources. Real food, as Jorgen would say. But commanding officer approval is required.
If we could have been having real food this whole time, why haven't we?
In the past, restocking through official channels was the simpler option, but demand is much higher now. I'll have us back to standard stock levels in no time. Thank you for your time, sir.
Let me tell you, boss, this is not where I figured I'd end up when I enlisted, growing up on Nar Shaddaa. You only joined the army for the free ticket out of there.
Does it even matter to you if we win this war?
Of course it does. I hate losing. Before the army, I ran with whatever gang had the loosest boss and the most spare detonite. Had a long list of enemies. Even street trash take it bad when you blow up their buddies.
Do you ever wish you could go home again?
I've been back to that slime hole plenty of times. The heat's more than died down now. Joining up turned out to be the best idea I ever had. A lot more fun than running with those scrubs back on the streets. Most of the time.
What's not to like?
Lot of rules. Can't just beat down the people who come to enforce them. Have to play nice. Or smart. Enough reminiscing. Let's go trash something, huh?
Success, sir. Lord Kavos has foolishly given away his position.
To all who excel in the arts of death, be it known that Lord Kavos, Master of Combat, seeks a lieutenant to serve him. I seek a worthy right hand to carry out my commands across the galaxy, and profit immensely. Those who think themselves suited should present themselves at the coordinates included in this message. Come prepared.
Kavos is just trying to lure in his enemies.
That might be true, sir, but no amount of planning could prepare him to face Havoc Squad. The coordinates are on Tatooine, sir. I recommend we move quickly before Kavos can find a suitable lieutenant and move on. For the Republic.
Hey, come here. This is going to be hilarious. Remember the credits I brought in from that old weapons sale? Those were from my second buyer. The first guy I lined up wasn't offering as much as I liked, so I bailed on him. Cheap jerk is all worked up that I sold him to someone else. He's trying to put a scare in me.
I don't have time for this, Vic.
Too late. I'm getting him on the line now. Guy's name is Red Hand Magarin. He runs a few guns. Thinks he's a real tough guy. Hey there, Red.
My guns, Vic. Where are they?
Well, I was having a chat with my new boss, the commander of Havoc Squad, and we decided to go with another buyer.
If that's the commander of Havoc Squad, I'm the king of Alderaan. I want those guns, Vic.
Sometimes, you don't get what you want.
Oh, he never even got to threaten us. I was waiting to see if he'd go with torture or the old kill your family routine.
We've got bigger things to worry about than some arms dealer.
Yeah.
Good news, sir. Garza's people decoded the first portion of those coordinates.
Data points to an Imperial excavation site on Tatooine. Looks like my former XO Torv is being held there.
Why are the Imperials taking prisoners to such a remote location?
We knew the Imps were anxious to work the Deadeyes to death. Can't think of a harsher, more miserable place than Tatooine. We'll know more once we find Torv. He just better have some answers for us.
On your feet, soldiers.
Lieutenant Jorgen? What are you doing here?
I'm getting you out of here.
Thought we'd have been out of here weeks ago. Who's this?
Hold on. You knew someone would come rescue you?
That was part of the plan, wasn't it?
Plan? What plan?
It's all there in our mission outline. Didn't Zane brief you?
Zane? As in Senior Agent Zane? Man's been nothing but trouble for us.
So he didn't... Oh. Then I'm afraid I can't say anything more. SIS orders.
What does the SIS have to do with this?
That's classified, sir.
Out with it, soldier. We're not leaving until we get some answers.
But we... Okay, look, we let ourselves get caught. Part of some top-secret SIS op. They implanted tracking devices in us. Plan was to follow us through Imperial space, find out where the Imps ship their POWs, and then come rescue us.
Looks like someone forgot to follow through with that last part.
Nobody anticipated the imps would split us up, send us to labor details. Surprised the SIS didn't spring us then.
Typical SIS.
Should have known better than to trust those spooks.
Too good an opportunity. You know how many troops we have in those camps.
What if the Imperials had executed you?
Things wouldn't have been so bad if the SIS had held up their end of the plan.
Got that right. A good soldier never leaves a man behind. We'll have it out with the SIS later. For now, just sit tight. I'll call for an evac, get you boys home. Well, they're off. The SIS better have a good reason for leaving those men behind.
Zane is involved. Maybe he wants to enlighten us.
I'm sure he'll have something to say about this rescue op of ours. Anyway, we've done all we can for now. I'll see about getting the rest of those coordinates decrypted.
Target neutralized, sir. Lord Kavos will threaten the innocent people of the galaxy no longer. As expected, his overconfidence made his defeat all but certain. I simply took my place among the scum, hoping to gain his favor, then struck at the first opportunity.
Was it a big crowd?
Counting myself, there were 15 applicants for that Sith fool's opportunity. Lord Kavos decided that a fight to the death would determine his champion, every man for himself. Once the fighting began, I closed in. I started by grabbing a Nikto thug who was making liberal use of a flamethrower. With pinpoint accuracy, I hurled him toward Kavos, whose robes were instantly ignited.
I'm surprised Kavos didn't spot the giant burning Nikto heading his way.
I threw him with considerable speed, sir. Additionally, the sheer volume of flames being produced made evasion or deflection impossible. Although Kavos was thoroughly distracted, I remained cautious and did not engage him directly. Instead, I targeted a nearby Mandalorian using a jetpack. As soon as his velocity and flight vector were pointed correctly, I opened fire with my cannons, sending him barreling into Kavos and the Nikto. The explosion did the rest.
Was anybody left standing when you were done?
Negative. All surviving applicants were listed as persons of interest to the SIS. So I elected to remain and subdue them all. This was a critical victory. Our comrades are sure to take heart when they hear that a monster like Kavos has been laid low. I'll begin searching for a new target at once.